Chris, it's time. We're finally getting to that point. It's late enough. They were hoping to start about 30 minutes ago, but it doesn't matter. We're here for the big one, the main event that we've been highlighting for so long. It's coming up next. The number one rated ELO DAS player, member of so many different factions, but I think he's part of a group that plays so many games on Max Out Club and just loves to play the game itself. Hepps, the Stackerman from the UK, with an ELO rating of 1918. That's a power rating. 26 in the world overall in Classic Tetris. We'll take on that man right there, Chris. You've seen him live. You've seen the magic he does. He's the fan favorite, the people's choice, if you will.
Legend.
Greentea.
God. Immortal. Whatever compliment you can think of, add about 7 degrees to that. That's Greentea. And what a match to close out our year. This is awesome.
Indeed.
And did I hear some rumblings that this is the last time Greentea's going to play as DAS?
Is
that as a rumor?
That's making the rounds. Yeah, that is pretty much making the rounds. That this could be it. His final DAS match, as he's committed to rolling big time, Chris. He has worked very hard in the 2 months since CTWC ended to get his rolling technique down, and currently boasts a 980k PB with the rolling technique. Almost maxed out last weekend. He was streaming for the world to see, and they were impressed with what he can do. I think he's going to be a major threat for CTWC next year, whether live or online or whatever the variation will be. He's definitely a player now, because that rolling is just going to get better.
He's not going to let this game pass him by. He could retire a legend now, but he's going to jump into that next generation with everybody else, and we're all happy to see it. Let's see some history right now. Let's get that upper echelon DAS battle going. This is going to be great.
Without question, this one's going to go in the history books as perhaps one of the best matches of all time. We'll see if it lives up to the hype. These players are capable of it. You can check it out. And we'll get some thoughts from Hepps, as he had something to say about this historic match.
Hi, my name's Hepps. I have a 1.2 million PB, 1.1 on level 19, and over 200 max outs. Also the highest rated DAS player on the ELO rankings.
The Stackerman has been really shining in all facets of Tetris, NTSC, PAL for PAL. He's really been putting on some good games, and is absolutely becoming ferocious, a maxed out player of their own right.
Being the highest rated DAS player in ELO is just something I'm so proud of. Really, it's just sort of my very, very end goal of playing this game since I started. I didn't really think that I'd ever get to that level, but here we are. I just remember a few people saying, just, you know, when I had about a max out PB, people saying I had the potential to become the best DAS player. And at that time I just, you know, thought it was ridiculous, but again, it's just, I'm immensely proud of it.
And good placements here by the Stackerman. Gets that cleaned up. Goes a Z here. Nice J for the burn. And there's a Tetris on the right. Nicely done by the Stackerman. S flat. Bridges the burn across and gets him out. And he's back clean. Got a tuck set up. Just waiting for the right piece. The bumper comes in. There's a Tetris. And an S spin there. Beautifully done by Hepps. 470 for Hepps. Target hits Tetris to go to 467. Things have heated up here in this crucial game 3. Which one of these players will take it? Tetris for Torsha. 494 Hepps. J Takabaya. Lumber comes in. Tetris.
I'm not entirely sure if DAS can still be viable at the top level play in the future. I mean, it's impossible to predict what will happen with this game in the first place, but one thing's for sure, that it will never be as viable as tapping or rolling. But there are still definitely great DAS players out there. I mean, a year or two ago, DAS 1.3 would have just been unthinkable, but now there's been 2 of them, so I definitely think the level of DAS play is going to improve in the future. Just have to see what happens, I guess.
That's burning it down again. 635,000 points now, less than 10,000 points away. clean. And there we go, that last line, I think that did it. Yep, 6-4-2, 420. They take the game and they take the match. Hepps is the winner and goes on to the final, the Challenger Circuit CTM.
He's got 2 lines left. He's waiting maybe to get one dirty Tetris. Dog will transition. There's a dirty Tetris for Hepps. Dog bringing this down. Dog is Tetris ready. Just needs a moment. Yeah, he gets the Tetris in. Stackerman going to top out at 501. The chase is on. Dog is going to do it to stay alive in the kit. He can get a J over maybe, but it brings his port down a little bit. We're at 492. He's got some holes. A long bar flat. One more T-spin in the middle from Dog. Oh, he's going to take a long bar on the left side. And it's Jimmy, and he's done! There he is. Unbelievable. Can you believe it? He's absolutely shocked. The Stackerman has done it. He beats the world champion in 5.
Playing against Greentea is just absolutely a dream come true. I remember watching CTWC 2019, seeing him get the first ever DAS max out in competition, just absolutely astounded at his level of play. And just to think I'd get a chance to play him 2 years later from that point is just insane to me. And I'm really appreciative of the chance to get to play him.
Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. There ain't no way! Oh my god! Oh my god! I don't f***ing believe that! 10 minutes to go. I have 880. I end with 2 maxes. It's f***ing actual tears coming up my eyes. I'm so happy.
Double max out! Oh my goodness! What is happening here? Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time. It's now time for your Tetris Friendlies main event for the evening. Introductions, please, on the left-hand side. He is known as the Stackerman, a player that knows how to stack the blocks and uses them to his advantage. He is a player that still uses the technique that many say is dead, but he has proven that it can still be a force to reckon with in the competitive world of classic Tetris, especially most recently participating in the finals of the Challenger Circuit for this channel, CTM's tournament. He is the highest rated ELO player using the dash style in the world and currently ranked at number 26 overall. He woke up early because he knows this is the dream match he's been waiting to play. He is Hepps! And on the right, simply put, the living legend now. He won the hearts of many at CTWC 2018, going all the way to the semifinals and almost taking out the GOAT, Jonas. He is a young man that captivates many. And every time he comes on to play, you best make sure you are prepared to go one-on-one with him. Perhaps playing his final dash match, as he has taken up the rolling technique and has made it his own. He is the people's choice, Greentea! And with me to call this legendary battle is a legendary commentator. He got to see this young man on the right play live for the first time in 2018. And he has wowed us all ever since then. He is Chris Bidwell. Chris, this is history in the making.
What time is it in England? What a great, Greentea's up on Saturday morning for one of these. Hepps is up at whatever o'clock over here in the UK.
It is currently 4:30 in the morning.
4:30 a.m. I love it. Dedication, what an honor.
Indeed.
We are a global sport right here.
We most certainly are. And what we are is also, we got some stats here. This is the part that Ben Dweller would make fun of. And if you want to make fun of it in the chat, go right ahead. But we got some stats here. Chris, you can take a look as I share that with you. There is the tail of the tape. We love dash. That's a dash battle we're going to get. So you're going to see on the left there's Hepps. Twitch channel is a Hepps XD. Make sure you follow these players, of course, so you can watch their outstanding achievements as they go through their Class Tetris journeys. Hepps posts a PB of 1.22 million score. He is the #1 ranked dash player in ELO, 26th overall. He most certainly has been at CTWC participating in the silver bracket the last 2 years. He was a semifinalist in 2020, Chris, and then he finished 10th place in this past tournament. He has also won the CTM Futures Circuit back on April of this past year. He's also a Kingsman Invitational Tournament 4 semifinalist, where, as you saw in the clip, he beat Dog in the round of 16 in the PAL tournament. Got to give a lot of credit there. PAL is another unique part of this game, and Hepps is just as good in that as he is at NTNC, so he can do it all, man. He is a 5-tool player, And most recently, just a couple of days ago, Chris, he's also rolling. He's got a 600k PB in that play style. He got 120 lines on level 29 using the rolling technique. He is definitely someone to fear in 2022.
Well, none of that rolling stuff tonight, but man, what a send off for this play style. It looks like these are going to be more and more rare as the months go ahead.
Indeed.
But one thing I gotta say is I appreciate the messed up bed. That's got a little bit of a meme that everybody has to have like the perfect clean room when they're on camera, but not Hepps.
No,
I
not
just rolled
Hepps.
out of bed. It's just gonna stay that way.
And he's literally rolling out of bed and he's rolling into the games here.
I love it.
Of course, on the right,
Keep it real.
there you got him. Of course, on the right there, Chris, is Greentea. Clearly, no introductions needed. His Twitch is pseudo Greentea. Check it out right there. Personal best is 1.1 million as a semifinalist of CTWC 2018. Has a 6-4 record at the CTWCs. Is a two-time CTM champion. This is Greentea's first time back on this channel in over 3 years, Chris. Last time we saw him was in 2018 playing here. Of course,
What a
he was
night.
Yeah, man, we got a great night here. He's the lead programmer for the Text Effect Connected, the classic score attack he participated in, made that game famous, and of course began rolling right after CTWC ended in October, and then has a 980 PB as we discussed. So a lot of good stuff here, Chris. A lot of good stuff as we are getting set for this one. It's game time, baby. Players are ready to go.
Hepps is doing his fingers there.
Do your fingers.
Greentea with the smile already. You can have such a smile during warm up. You got to give it to us when the moment comes. But you can't be in a bad mood after watching Greentea for about 2 minutes.
Exactly. It's just
all the bad feelings just evaporate away, and it's like life ain't so bad, you know.
Of course, you could. If you got any doubts or fears in life, they get washed away when you see that young man play. So quickly, here are the rules. Hepps has been on Friendlies before. He knows what the rules are, but we're going to play at 18 all the way, clearly. This is a CTWC caliber match. For Greentea, it is a best of 5. First to 3 will win the match. And if anything happens with the internet or any tech issues, just continue to play. Don't stop playing until either you have topped out or if you have heard the official score for topping out. We'll play it that way. Otherwise, go for it. Good luck, have fun, says Greentea. I guess he's ready to go. He could also do a hover 3. Greentea, if you ever heard of hover 3, that's where you place your cursor above the level 3. But you look like you're ready to go, so no delay. It's time to play. Chris, count him down for this historic match.
In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And I saw Corian in the chat. Back at our last live tournament in 2019, it was Greentea versus SQR in round 1. And I had the brilliant idea, hey, let's have Corian come and do some Japanese commentary just for a little flavor. And everybody kind of yelled at me for that because Corian had an enthusiastic countdown, but wasn't quite sure that he was actually supposed to do commentary because we didn't communicate very well. But it was an honor. It was awesome that Corian did that for us, and it was our fault that we didn't explain to him that, hey, just do like a couple little in Japanese that nobody would understand except for the players on stage. But it's all good.
I was there live for that. I was sitting right behind you, Chris, when that was going down, and it was It was amazing. It was amazing. And what's amazing is, here we go, Tetris for Greentea, 49,000 on that right side.
A little spicy early on.
Mm-hmm. But you got to think, Chris, he feels comfortable. I mean, he is amazing. I got to go to CTWC in 2019. I didn't really know as much about the city. I've obviously had heard of Greentea through the Discords and things like that, but never really sat down to watch him play. And then when I got to watch him live and in person, it was truly, special. It's akin to watching, in sports, like Michael Jordan live and in person, or recently like Steph Curry. For those, of course, let's not age ourselves here, Chris, right? But
no, yeah.
like Steph Curry, who recently just broke the 3-point record that was set by Ray Allen. I mean, it's like that, Chris. Like, you get to see this amazing player up close and personal, and it's everything you imagine.
there are some personalities that just you can just feel their presence, and online you get a little bit of that, but his smile and his attitude is completely infectious. And myself as I'm not a bitter old man, but I'm a little bit of a curmudgeon, and that just melts away when you see a person like Greentea playing even online like this. But in real life, it's tremendous.
173 for Hepps, 178 for Greentea. Tetris for Hepps to go to 196. No shock here, Chris. They are pretty tight.
It's pretty tight, and having him back at CTWC this year was a great treat. And I was off judging duty that morning and woke up early to see his qualifying run, and I wasn't disappointed in anything Greentea did. There were some other issues that morning, but seeing Greentea's qual run was great fun. And here he is again today, and he's not disappointing. Look, we're already neck and neck, 245, 249. But we don't need to sully this great match with a neck alert just yet.
No, of course not. We wait for the high-level transition, because that's what we're going to get here, Chris. These two guys most certainly can do it. Hepps in warm-ups got like a 976 in earlier tonight. He was streaming about an hour before we went live for the show, because he wanted to get his warm-ups in. He was afraid that maybe he wouldn't have enough time, because he was going to take a nap before the match. So for those asking, it's currently 4:39 a.m. where Hepps is. He is from the UK, living in jolly old England, whereas Greentea, as Chris mentioned, it's like early afternoon. It's let's see, I think it's like noon. Yeah, it's about noon. So he's already had he's had his Wheaties already. He's fine.
Taking about a one Tetris lead here, but very aggressive stacking. Decides to burn it down now. Getting droughted here. Don't know what the drought count is, obviously, but he's been waiting for a while for this piece, probably in the 30s at this point. This drought just keeps going for Greentea. Handled like a champ. Finally gets the line piece. Stack completely intact, ready to score again if another one decides to show up. But look at this, 376 to 370. After all of that, Greentea now finally has garbage in his board, but not much.
And it's interesting setups that he did 2 Lombard flats now. Oh man, he knows what I like. Excellent job. But he had some really nice setups there, Chris. You saw he kind of just like dropped the T piece. A lot of people probably would have thought maybe to tuck it, but he kind of just dropped it to set up a burn one row above in order to take away these holes. So he's almost back down at the bottom. And he's not that far from Hepps. Hepps at 421, Greentea at 412 as we are approaching the 19, although Hepps has the line advantage.
We are not being disappointed here. We're looking at 500 plus transitions in game 1. I always like the stories of our players. Obviously, the Japanese players did not grow up with this version of the game. So you wonder, like, what version of modern Tetris did they play coming into this, and then discovering NES Tetris, which is not common over in the land of the rising sun. So you either have to get a Famicom adapter or an import in NES to play this game. Over in Britain, the same sort of deal is, PAL is the standard. So how do they get their NTSC set up? But I find that stuff fascinating, and both players, overcome those barriers to be this good at this game.
And we're off to the races now, Chris. Here we go. 468 for Greentea, 546 for the Stackerman.
Greentea's a little bit falling behind. I guess Hepps has really turned on pre-transition. I was trying to keep in focus on Greentea's board. Didn't seem like he was losing that much pace, but not about a 1 Tetris difference, but the line difference is about the same, so about 50,000 point difference.
Yeah, so most certainly can really take shape as we go on to the later levels. Let's see how far they go. Adjustments by Greentea early on, 523 for him. Waiting for a long bar. Of course, it comes after the well is closed. Another long bar flat, executed beautifully. Wow. Stackerman has a bit of a center build, but he's cutting this down. He's doing the right thing here, Chris. He's just burning it away.
And Greentea could have gone for a dirty setup, decides to burn it down with a triple. He's still down about 20,000 points, so less than a Tetris difference now as the point value increases for Tetrises as we enter the middle range of the 20s.
654 for Hepps, 621 for Greentea. And he will. You see, he's
Another
noticed that.
triple.
Yeah. He didn't want to get aggressive there. He feels that, you know what, this is a race, but maybe slow and steady at this juncture.
This is a DAS match. This is get as much efficiency pre-29. You're not going to be scoring much post-29. Staying alive is key. But both players dealing with a little bit of trash. Greentea down 50,000 points. Ooh, and he hangs that line piece. He's known for his quick tap technique. Will he utilize it to get this clean? Oh, he's going to hang it.
And that'll do it. 649 for him. Yeah. That was tough. You saw the quick tap definitely would have been so useful, but no avail. 7-11 for the Stackerman. He starts off on the right note. He'll take game number 1.
Good start here. Greentea was well on his way. Ran into a little bit of trouble. Hepps is going to mull this out for a bit. The last match of the night, why not?
As soon as he's done, we'll get a refresh. I'm going to refresh both players here.
All right.
If we're ready from Hepps. So Greentea, when you're ready, you can type it in the chat or give us the hover 3, where you put your cursor over the level, number 3. He'll go with the old school ready.
Going with the gum or the candy. Thought he would have had the actual beverage beside him. I tried some of that this year. One worst thing I've had. Probably extremely healthy. That was probably the worst part about it. It's probably good for me.
Probably.
Away we go for game 2.
So good start to that first one, Chris. Very exciting.
Yeah, Greentea was down about 50,000. Ran into a little bit of trouble and probably got a little too aggressive trying to make up that difference. Early on here, though, with Hepps hanging up that L. He needs the line piece now, and now this could be difficult to burn. He's going to top out at 2280. Oh, my goodness.
And there you go, Chris. That's exactly what happens with
best.
DAS. Yeah, just even the best. You said it right there. I didn't mean to cut you off, but very true. The best in the world. It can happen to anyone. Tough break there. Greentea, you're good. A gift given to you around the holidays. And we've tied this game up just like that. 1-1. GG's.
So the funny tradition for Christmas in Japan is a lot of families will order KFC for Christmas. So that was a bucket of chicken. That was a bucket of chicken to Greentea there.
And a 3-2-1 Tetris will get underway. Hepps already getting started there. Greentea will join us in a moment.
Going out for KFC, yes.
And of course, we saw Corion here earlier. He's rooting on Greentea. We'd love to get Corion on a super show down the road. I think a lot of people have been calling for a Corion versus Jeff match. I don't think they've ever played before. Someone with the online facts, of course, could let me know. That would be an amazing match. We saw Jeff earlier tonight. He played well, Chris. He played well. It was good to see that.
Took a game. Got the 2 wide well. Hepps is setting up for a combo in Tetris 99.
50,000 for him to start. Greentea at 52,000.
Greentea with the misdrop and the and then he fixes it. It's like, oh, no biggie. It's just so bad.
And I think that's one of the reasons why so many people love it. It's the facial expressions that he gives. And again, that's another reason why, for those that are in the online community, that having yourself on cam is important when you're playing competitive Tetris, because people can associate with you. They can see what's going on behind the scenes and get your reactions, and that makes people fall in love with the players, right? You gravitate to that person because of their reactions or what's going on, and that's how you build a fan base. So another reason why I would love to see more competitive players, and it's kind of becoming a little bit more common now. There's a lot more players that come onto the scene that are new, that go face cam.
The level of comfort takes some getting used to, for sure. But if I'm willing to embarrass myself, anything that I do is way more embarrassing than anything any of these great Tetris players can ever do. So,
I mean, I love to embarrass myself all the time.
oh yeah, it's our trademarks.
Clearly, I mean, you can watch me embarrass myself all the time. It's Kingsman36. You can check me out there, and you can check out Chris's failed classes Tetris attempts on BSG 4000. You'll see that on the lower third in a little bit there. But of course, Chris does Dr. Mario as well. For those that are here watching this match, if you're a Dr. Mario aficionado, Chris, why don't you talk about where they can get involved in trying to be a part of that community?
Oh, we have the DRMC, a Dr_M_ championship. Very convoluted Twitch channel name, but the best we could come up with. We just finished up our yearly tournament last weekend. We crowned a new speedrunning world champion, Influx. Brand new player came onto the scene, was ranked 9th going into the tournament, and ended up taking the whole thing, defeating Frank from Japan and handing Frank his first loss. So it was a crazy dramatic weekend of speedrunning. So we can do the speedrunning on this format because it doesn't require players playing on the same console. We do have our Versus Championship, but that has to be live. So our online tournaments are speed runs. But check us out there. We do have a monthly tournament for that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's been getting some traction. I see you guys have some good viewership lately, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's growing. I mean, we're at that state where people come in and try it out and get good at it. And I don't know if we'll get the teenager wave coming in or if we'll get the mom wave, because Dr. Mario is that classic mom game. It was kind of the first match the colors game before Bejeweled, before Candy Crush. And when we have our live tournaments, we do have a lot of moms that come and play and do well. Never quite win the championship just yet, but I suspect it will happen one day. But in this game, Hepps has got the about 100,000 point lead heading to the turn.
Yeah, he's showing you why, Chris. He's so strong. He was playing quite a bit of Classic Tetris League. He is currently a Division 1 player. He's opting to not play this current season. But when he does choose to return, he was mentioning on stream today that he's going to take some time before he gets really more involved in competitive. He wants to kind of like take a little break, but he wants to work on his rolling. He wants to get some PB. He just wants to feel comfortable because he knows that people are gunning for him. I mean, being 26th ranked overall in ELO, the number one, DAS player. So there's 25 rollers and tappers ahead of him on the ELO sheet. But, being number one in DAS, people are gunning for him. And he knows that means a lot. And he feels he needs a little bit more seasoning in order to hang out with the, the 1.3, 1.4 players now.
I gotta tell everybody, take a break. Don't play this 12 months a year. Take a little time off of yourself. Don't burn out. I mean, every pro sport has an off season, and there's plenty of other players that'll appreciate the opportunity to play in other tournaments, and then come back when you're ready. Like, give yourself a month or two off. Rest your wrists. Let you think about other things during the year. I highly recommend players not give this their all every single month of the year. Greentea took a year-long break, and he's doing pretty damn good today. So
exactly,
if he can take a break, then you can certainly take a break.
Oh, Hepps!
Ooh, that's gonna be difficult. Gets it over.
He's trying to burn this away. Nice little vault of the Z on the right side, and that'll do it. 579 for Hepps. He's done. Greentea, we need to get to 580, 580,000, 580 is the target. Hepps there topping out. You saw it right there. Just the hang of the long bar on the left there is so tough. And he was doing several quick taps. They were working out a little bit, but just not the right pieces to help get him out. So Greentea looking for
He's
5.
getting aggressive. Nope, he's not. He just, I would say, it looks like he's going to line this out. See, Vandal waving in chat. Hello, sir. Happy holidays to you.
Also see Scout hanging out. He was saying he actually tried to dig out of it, which, I mean, we saw that made the difference in the David and Frank match. David's digging probably ended up winning him the match. And you can see the easy line out strats right now for Greentea. He's just taking it nice and simple. He's on level 23. Again, needs to get to 580 to take game number 3 and the 2-1 advantage.
It's the opposite of mullining the line out. And that is now the preferred method to handle these chase down situations. A couple more lines will do it. 1, 5, 7, 5, 8, 1. There we go.
Got it. That is tournament Tetris right there. Bidwell will tell you that's how you chase it down safely and guarantee yourself a win. Game number 3 goes to Greentea. He's up 2-1, and now puts the Stackerman on the ropes.
So, dumb question. Green tea literally is green, so what he's drinking right there is not green tea. Got to work on your branding, GT.
All right, we got ready some both, so we are going to count it down. Chris, the honors are yours for this pivotal game 4. Go right ahead, sir.
All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Away we go. Game 3. They're tied at 1. Up 2-1. That's right. I forgot about the quickie. This is match point for GT. Early on. Perfect build for Greentea. Interesting little 2-piece solve there. Not sure if he couldn't get the piece over in time, or if he saw the next piece and figured that's the best way to handle it. That next level stuff that I will never get my head around.
No, we'll never get it, Chris.
No,
it's too much for us.
You assume it's a mistake, and then it's not a mistake. It's like, oh, hey, they meant to do that.
Yep. Big brain situations there. 116 for the Stackerman, 73,000 for Greentea, the people's choice. He was looking good tonight, Chris. I mean, let's put it this way, Chris. He's so good at this game. His dash is a delight to watch. And yet he's already, gone to the curve. He's like, you know what? I can see that if I want to stay competitive with the rest of the elite players, I got to change the play style. And, if he can really, in the next, 10 months or so, be able to stick with rolling and take it to another level, I mean, can you see him being top 4 maybe next year?
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, I mean, his legend is cemented. If he were to retire today and just do game development and hang out every once in a while, he would be a legend, and nobody would ever question his claim to fame or anything else. But he wants to continue. There's obviously a competitive spirit behind that smile. That's not just I'm just having a good time. There is I want to be the best. I want to improve myself. I want to beat the best in the world. You don't switch over your game style that you've been playing for years all of a sudden out of a whim. You do that because you've got a competitive streak behind you. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out in the next 10 to 12 months.
Indeed.
But Hepps had a little bit of trouble there, but we are. Hey, now's the neck and neck time. Now in the not quite the cider, but in our match point game, we got 245, 249.
We can take it out. Yeah, there it is. Your neck alert. Calling for it. It's a tight one.
And as much
291
as
to 274.
As much as I'm praising Greentea, I'm also a big Hepps fan, and I do want to see a decider. So I'm going to be just slightly wishing for a good game here that might go in Hepps' favor. Just for the ratings, you know.
I've always been a nice, big Hepps fan. He is taking his game to another. I've played Hepps back when, you know, we were kind of just on our early Tetris journeys. He was about like a 600-700K player. I was probably like around 400 to 500K, and we had played against each other. And I could tell something special about him, just the way that he plays and the way he carries about himself. He's a good young man, and would definitely be a good ambassador for DAS if he continues to go the route. It sounds like he wants to play with DAS. He feels comfortable with it, but as he mentioned in the video that, you know, he thinks it might not be viable at the highest levels to play with that. So you gotta jump on the bandwagon if you, like you mentioned, Chris, if you're a gamer and you want to play the best in the world and see how good you fare, you got to change with the times.
And I don't know my Premier. I'm assuming it's a Premier League kit, as they call it. That he's wearing. I don't know who that.
That is Chelsea. He is a
Chelsea.
big Chelsea supporter. Yes. Like his lucky shirt there. 480 to 463, Chris. Oh, we got ourselves a really tight game.
Look at those exhales from Greentea. He knows he's got a good game here, but he is behind 40,000 points. The Tetris rate would probably be right around, not quite the 60%. Although 3 more here, he's going to have nearly a 600,000 point transition. Both players, actually. My goodness.
They became in the chat saying I have an eye for talent. I mean, clearly. I mean, I did predict that my Fave 5 players were for this year were going to do very well. I mean, no shock there. They all did excellent.
On the other hand, I just have 2 eyes.
Well,
I can't really do much with them.
I was going to say you have more of an advantage than I do.
Right.
Transitions for Hepps. He's at 583. Greentea transition at 543 with a Tetris 567. Here we go, Chris. Neck and neck.
Ooh. Hepps with some great tuck work that's especially difficult to do right after the transition because of the speed change. Maintains that lead. 2 Tetrises right now.
616 for Hepps. 574 for Greentea.
Greentea getting a little spicy. The square burst isn't going to help. And just to get around it, sets up a slight dependency. Nice spin.
Oh, what a spin!
I mean, I would have thought you just need to tuck it. There's no need to spin it, but he decided to show off.
I think he was probably thinking that if he tried to tuck that, he'd lose Daz. So the spin was able to keep him going. You know, that he was just doing it for flash for the crowd, but it was an amazing move. Tetris to him, 645 to the Stackerman, 658. It is butt-clenching tight.
Wow.
We're on level 22. Early shift
dependent there, perhaps. Gets the line, but he's still cut off. Now he's cheesed in the middle of the board. And that's going to do it. Greentea needs a 660. 660 to take this match.
And he's going to do it in style.
With a Tetris. Mowing this out, Greentea. This is million-point pace here.
Go ahead, Greentea. Finish it out at 693. He gets to hear for the first time, Chris, on the King streaming that Game 4 is no more.
Look at this tuck play from Greentea.
He's toying.
Tremendous.
He's
doing this with Das.
He's toying with Hepps right now. Oh my word.
This is not tapping crazily left and right. This is Das work. He's maintaining Das as he's going left and right like this. weaving pieces in and around the stack.
Amazing.
Virtuoso. What a way, if this is his final dash match, what a way to go out. Now he's cheesed up a bit. The 1,000,000 points might be gone, but we still want to see a finish here. And Hepps, you got up at 4:30, dude. There's no shame in this.
No, of course not. Yeah, I mean he played very well, but you're playing against this young man that is without question unbelievable to see the things that he does.
Ah,
And he'll top out at 752. But congratulations to Greentea there. He is the man, baby. Let's ring the bell because this match is done. We'll go to a winner's scene real quick. Congratulations to the People's Choice Bidwell. We know about a People's Champion. Well, we've got ourselves a People's Choice. It is Greentea victorious for the match in this high-stakes DAS battle. Amazing what he did tonight.
what a treat. Loved every minute of it. Hope to see him again. Whatever play style they choose. The victory fingers. We appreciate it.
Well, Chris, you're going to see him again right away because I spoke to
What?
both players. Yeah, I spoke to both players
What?
before the match, and we're going to get a bonus game, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to get a bonus game.
Bonus
Where-
game.
Yeah, where Greentea is going to roll for you. You're going to get to see him roll in a match. Hepps will play DAS and then roll if we get to 29. So the two have agreed to that, and you're going to get it.
Wow.
And it's
So this
next.
is like Tetris Friendlies Plinko.
Yeah,
Everybody loves Plinko. That's like the best bonus game.
or either that, or you can call this is the house show main event, right, Bidwell, when you go to the dark match.
Turn the cameras off and yes.
This is AEW Dark. Shout out to them.
We got Greentea swapping out the carts.
So we'll give players a moment. They're going to warm it up here. Hepps will DAS. He told me he's going to stay DAS because he is about a 600 KPB on rolling. He didn't want to have an early top out. He preferred to try to get the match going long. Whereas Greentea, he's got a 980 KPB and he does rolling pretty much all the time now. So we'll give our players a couple of minutes warm up. But yeah, you're going to get a treat here, Chris. I know you wanted to see Greentea roll. Well, you're gonna get it. And I'm going to adjust his camera so we can see his hands. You can see.
Look at this 19 flexing there.
Yeah, he has most recently completed 19.5, also 29.2. Chris, those are among his accomplishments.
We got in regular lore has we got 29 threes, 29 fours yet?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't keep up enough.
Same. I only know what I'm told.
We got an SQR in chat.
Good to see SQR. Welcome in. Hopefully we'll get
29
SQR
for-
on a friendly soon. That'd be great.
By Cheese, apparently. Thank you for the online facts from Scout and others.
So there you go. You can see on the screen. I'll be coming up in a moment. You can see him playing there, but look at him go. Look at that rolling. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
Got the Greentea glove. There we go.
Yep, he's got his glove on. So we're going to get a sneak peek at what's to come for 2022, perhaps, as he will continue to play with this play style. And who knows, Chris? Maybe he'll try to turn into like a hybrid type, like a fractal. Maybe he'll do like DAS on 18 and then switch to roll on 19 plus, or whatever. Maybe we'll see that at some point. You never know what could be up his sleeve.
A lot of possibilities. I mean, we don't even know exactly where the game's going to evolve to. I would imagine everything to be uncapped at least for this next year. But if Tetris matches become Battle of Rollers well into the levels where the game crashes, we might have to put line caps, and that might go back to encouraging more efficient play. I mean, there's a lot of paths we could be taking in the next year. But we'll just have to let the games actually play out and to see how that works, rather than just assume that the game is broken.
All right, so players, when you feel comfortable and you're ready to go, we can officially get your bonus game going. Obviously, we'll give Greentea as much time to warm up as he would like. You see Hepps doing some rolling there on his side.
We got Ron saying, had to miss most of this, but goddamn, did I get home at the best possible time? Yes, sir.
And apparently, I could be a good Fred Durst impersonator. How about that?
There's no such thing as a good Fred Durst anything. That's the
Gotta keep rolling, rolling, rolling. But let me get your thoughts. There's people talking about, the line caps that has been discussed in many of the communities. I mean, honestly, in my personal opinion, I don't think that should really ever happen. I think I'm in agreement for once with Van Dweller, who's talked about that live on stream, that, if people can come up with an advantage in a game and it's not considered cheating, then why penalize them for being good at using a technique that benefits them? The game wasn't meant to have a line cap that you say, okay, game's over. If that were the case,
right,
then we wouldn't have kill screens, or maybe you'd have a true kill screen, so to speak, where it's like, okay, game over, this is your final score, and that's it.
We haven't gotten there yet. You can't make a rule up until it's actually happened. So until we get consistent matches where that's happening every single time, then you consider a rule change. I don't think we're anywhere near that. I think we might see one game that will go to level 60 or something crazy like that. But, it's one of those things. Deal with the problem when it actually happens, not well before it.
Exactly. There's no preemptive strikes here. All right, Hepps is ready to go, and so is Greentea. Greentea will catch up when our stream can see him. Hepps will start on the go because his stream is fine. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Chris, this is it. Bonus game. Hopefully we can get it properly now.
Let's do it. Let's roll away. Hepps is started. Because the stream catch up, when I first saw it, the game started to look like 29 speed again.
That's it.
I was trying to rub my eyes real quick.
All right, so we'll watch Hepps get started here. Greentea will catch up on our side once my feed is able to reach his. So no worries there.
And there's your issues with learning the new style. Hepps not getting that T over. What seems like a basic, simple move, when you're completely changing your methods, it's real easy to make mistakes like that. And even the best players who are taking this up are going to have to spend a significant amount of time getting their stacking ability and perfecting individual moves of rolling, because whether you're moving a piece over 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, in cases when you have to get a line piece to the left, it's a different motion for each of those moves, as opposed to repeating a single motion like for tapping or DAS. So here goes Greentea.
All right, there we go, finally. So apologies for viewers. Sure you would have liked that started asynchronous, but not going to happen. But at least you got to watch him roll. So won't really give any true score checks at the moment. I think we're just going to enjoy watching these two go.
Absolutely. And you see Greentea already early on, a couple of missed drops with the rolling technique, and as I was talking about earlier, it's extremely difficult and easy to make a mistake. It just makes you appreciate how much the rolling players have done over the past year to get to where they are now. Greentea gets that burned down, so he's safe again. Hepps looking all right here. He's at 223 through 59 lines.
It looks like the stream was catching up a little bit there at the end. We're still a little behind from what's going on, but not too bad. It's not too bad. 40, now 51 lines in, 63,000 for Greentea, 270 for Hepps. Is about 14, it's gonna be 16 lines ahead. Not terrible.
Nope.
So let's get into this, Chris. You can see, again, it's become a staple for rollers. They use that glove. You and I got to speak to Huff live at WPL, and he had mentioned that it lessens the wear and tear on the tips of the fingers.
Yeah.
But we also know that there's a number of DAS players that also use gloves when needed. So, have you tried playing with a glove?
Me? Oh heck no! I'm no.
No Buko
If I
strikes for
ever
you?
improve, if I'm going to be a stubborn old man and try to improve my game with DAS style, and I will pull a Robin Mihara and never play the game again if I ever actually get to a max out, which I won't. But that's the way to handle it if you're my age. But that's out of total admiration for the work that these players put in for completely changing their style. And it looks like it doesn't. It looks easy, but you're really putting a lot of pressure on those fingertips with that multiple rolling motion, doing it over and over and over again, and it does hurt. I mean, when you hear it live, it's loud. That's not just a simple. It's a very loud, deliberate sound. That's
Right.
not your smooth rolling ASMR level of button pressing. It's pretty aggressive.
No, it really is. So
I
you
think
gotta
the best-
give credit to all these players that do it.
I was on Miles' stream a week or two back, and just listening to him do it, the microphone captured it perfectly. How loud it actually was, like how much pressure you're putting on your fingers on the controller there. You don't really get the sense of it here, not hearing the ambient sounds.
Man,
Look at this rolling, look at this Hepps, man. Woo.
Oh, what a
Wow.
play with the J!
Yee.
I think he was trying to compete with Huff for like dirtiest Tetris ever. That was getting up there, and he transitions.
And the transitions. Man, gets it down, saves the game. Maybe we're not going to get the crazy score, but you're going to see, obviously, the advantage of this technique. You can be able to play at that high of a level.
And you can see he couldn't get that long bar over, and he
Oh!
also missed the L on that left side too. So tough break there for Hepps. He worked so hard to dig out of that, Chris, only to miss the 5 tap for the long bar. He ended up getting 4, and that's a tough break right there. He worked so hard. He was about to hit the Tetris, and it looked like he was gonna be on a roll.
It's one of those moments where, when you get out of a bad situation, you relax. You naturally relax. You can't avoid that situation. And that moment that you let your concentration down even like 10%, when you know that you got an easy score coming up, that's when those types of mistakes will happen. And it happens even to DAS players. That's not necessarily a rolling thing. It's obviously more pronounced because he was so high up. You see Greentea here, he's doing the same sort of deal where it looks like it's an easy placement, but he's just not getting that one extra tap in there with the rolling technique, and it's just going to take some practice, and he's going to get better and better, obviously. But look, see, even in that garbage board, he got that line piece to the right, and he was enjoying that.
Very well done for Greentea, of course. Excellent job by him this evening. So you got to see some of that roll technique that he is going to be using for 2022, Chris. So if tonight was the swan song for him using DAS, then I think we were all pleased. On
Official
what
score
he
looks
did.
like it was a 375 Greentea, 372 Hep, but there were so many restarts in there. I'm not. Obviously, none of this counts. Both players were showing them off a bit. You know, they haven't gotten to quite Huff level yet, but they're on their way. Watch out, world, once they get there.
Yeah, I think when we're talking about that, Chris, we're looking at you're getting the sneak peek of what these players will be doing, you know, when the tournament comes back, probably in October of next year. And again, depending on what the format will be, we still have, you know, no sense of whether it'll be live event, which we obviously would all hope for, which you know, really would be outstanding to have. But imagine what these players are going to be doing in 10 months from now, Chris.
You're gonna have a whole room of this. It's just gonna hear that echoing throughout the hall.
Around-
If this is a live tournament. It's gonna be the weirdest sound, but I can't wait to hear it.
Unbelievable. Chris, do you think that if we do go to a live event, that maybe the tournament gets broken up into like 32 and you do different play style, right?
I mean, with live, you do have a limited amount of time, so you can't get too fancy with breakdowns and different brackets. So it's a lot of decisions that we're going to have to make. But the big thing is I want to see people, and I know there's a Texas tournament coming up in February, I believe. I'm not sure if I can make it to that, but I'd like to, but I will certainly look into it. And I hope everybody else can make it out there who can or is close by. So we'll see how the World Championship goes later on, but either way, we'll still be thriving community after it's all said and done. So whether we go online again or whether it's live.
Without question.